This isn't a path that I had kind of thought of when I was younger, earlier on in my career. It wasn't like one day I want to be a creative. It was over time, after dealing with different areas of like technology and ad tech and creative and innovation, that I just kind of landed in this spot. But truth be said, like it's been an interesting journey, and one that I most certainly appreciate, but also one that I understand in terms of the importance of how we actually give back to other people to create opportunities in this space for them as well, or other individuals that look like me. How do you take that data to inform people through dynamically generated content, dynamically generated imagery based on things like location, based on things like weather, based on things like your prescriptions and your health and all this information? So being a great creative or a chief creative is an individual who is a great storyteller, but someone who truly understands the landscape of the entire space. And when I talk about this, it's like digital space. So it is important, and I tell people all the time, as a creative, that you learn as much as possible. You need to be a pentathlete of the sort to be able to do the creative of tomorrow, or the creative that people want to actually engage in. I was one of the first people to create a biometric usability lab. I built that out with MIT Labs, and what we ended up doing with that is understanding the emotional state of an individual when they engage and interact with creative. So beyond just knowing who your audience is, how they actually interact with different types of things. I was doing things like this by pulling things like pupil dilation, arousal, just sweat on the palms, eye tracking, facial expressions, whether you're leaning forward or backwards. And through this, we were able to understand things like call to action, speed of animation, color, position on page. I could essentially create the perfect format for the perfect person and guarantee success and innovation to our clients. So it's understanding all of that, right? The creative that works, the places that work, the destinations where they go, and the messaging. So not everyone's going to do it. My pawn shop's not going to be able to do that, right? But even the most basic things like checking out your website and actually understanding, where's my traffic coming from? Is it coming from search, or is it coming from this area, or is it coming from social media? And determining based on that how you actually target those individuals, right? So look, there's a slew of ways, but I think at the end of the day, it's always revolves around how much do you know about your target audience, and the more you know about them, the better you are to actually reach them.